In this lesson, we're going to discuss creating and working with ruler guides. If you'd like to follow along, go to the File menu to Open, and in the Sample Files folder, choose 0303, your guide to ruler guides, and just click Open. Once again, just wanted to mention that all of our images in our sample files are from www.photospin.com. Let's get into ruler guides. Why are they called ruler guides? Mainly because to create them, you click on a ruler, and when you get these little double arrows, if you click downward, you're going to create a horizontal guide. If you click on a vertical ruler and drag over, you're getting a vertical guide. The thing that makes these guides special is that if you create a guide by clicking and dragging, let's say from the horizontal ruler, it snaps right to any objects on my page. And the same thing is true from the vertical ruler. So this makes it easy to have guides that line up perfectly with your picture. But that's just the beginning, because if I click on a picture, let's say, and drag it downward, it's going to snap to a guide perfectly. Let me drag it back up and have it align again with the original ruler guide that it was aligned to. So it makes it very easy to align objects perfectly because they snap right into position at the ruler guide. I wonder if it's possible to drag a horizontal and a vertical ruler guide on at once. Well, if I go to the little square in the upper left-hand corner where my two rulers come together, and I hold down my Command key on a Mac, Control key on a PC, I'm going to drag to the lower right-hand corner of this particular image and let go. And you can see that I have two guides that came on at once, one horizontal and one vertical, and they both snap to that lower right-hand corner of my image. I wonder if it's possible to drag a guide from the horizontal ruler that goes straight across my spread. You can see when I do this, this particular guide ended at the page. Is there some trick to making the guide go all the way across the spread? I'm going to delete this guide. You can actually select guides just by clicking and dragging over the top of them and hitting delete. I'm going to drag a new guide on from my horizontal ruler while holding down my Command key. This makes it so the horizontal guide doesn't end at the page. It goes right across the spread. This is nice because now I can line up objects going straight across the spread. The other thing that's terrific about ruler guides is they're actually objects. Let me scroll down to the next spread, and you can see I have some random vertical ruler guides on my right-hand page. I'm just going to click and drag across those ruler guides, making sure that I don't come in contact with any objects or any other guides other than the vertical guides I want to select. So these are now selected. Let me play with my settings in my control panel. One of the things that I can do is I can make it so that all of these random guides, randomly spaced guides, are evenly spaced, with the left guide aligned to the left margin and the right guide aligned to the right margin on the page. The way I would do that is in the control panel. There's a little pop-up, and I'm going to choose Align to Margins. And then I'm going to distribute these guides horizontally by clicking on this button, Distribute Horizontal Centers. And you can see now all of the guides are exactly the same distance apart. Kind of cool. But guides are like any other objects. Let's say I wanted these guides to be half the distance apart. What I could do is get an insert point next to the 7.5 inches in the width and type a slash character and then a 2. And if I hit enter or return, the guides are now half the distance apart that they were previously. But maybe I want them to start at, instead of 9 inches at the margin, I want them to start at 10 inches. I'm going to type 10 inches in the X field and then hit enter or return. And it moved all of the guides, all of the selected guides as a unit to the right 1 inch to 10 inches along the X axis. One of the things that's actually really nice about guides is you can't select objects and guides at the same time. Imagine the disasters that could occur if you could click and drag across objects and guides and select both. If you click and drag across both objects and guides, it will only select the objects. Objects take precedence over guides when it comes to selection. So if I'm moving things around my layout, maybe I don't want to move my guides. Well, this makes it easy because I can't select the guides and the objects at the same time. So if I wanted to move just the objects, I could very easily do that. Let me hit Command or Control Z to go back one step. If I can't select guides and objects at the same time, this must make it pretty difficult to delete all of the guides if I wanted to. Because, how would I select all these guides if I can't come in contact with objects? I could just click and drag where there are no objects and hit delete. But I'm going to have to make several selections to make that happen. There must be a way to quickly delete all guides on a spread. If you right-click on your horizontal ruler, the last command in the pop-up is delete all guides on spread. And if you do that, all of your guides will go away. Let me hit Command Z or Control Z on a PC to make them all come back. One of the things that I hear all the time is I can't find my guides. They've gone away. Well, there could be a number of reasons why you can't see your guides. The first is you're in preview mode. Let me hit my W key, which throws me into a preview mode. In preview, it looks more like the actual printed piece. So there are no guides. It makes them go away temporarily. They're still there, you just can't see them. Let me hit my W key again to get out of preview. Another way to get into preview is actually at the bottom of the tools panel, where if I click down, I can go to preview, or preview with bleed, or preview with slug, and so on. Another reason why you may not be able to see your guides is they've been turned off in either the View menu, Grids and Guides, Hide Guides, or in the application bar under View Options, Guides has been deselected. And that will make all of your guides disappear. They're still there and can be turned on either under the View menu or in that same application bar menu, just by checking Guides. We're going to continue talking about layouts in the next lesson.